Liebe Zuschauer, herzlich willkommen zu Inside Wall Street vom Parkett der New York Stock Exchange. Ich bin Manuel Koch und bei mir ist heute Henry Blodget. Er ist der CEO und Chefredakteur von Business Insider. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and I'm sorry that I don't speak German. Americans are too provincial.
I think we have no problems to communicate, and communication is one of your topics too, right? Your business. Can you explain what are you doing exactly?
So we created a site that is using the internet to be basically a new Wall Street Journal for the digital age, and we publish all day in real time. We cover technology and the markets and many other subjects, and the site has grown. We're very grateful to our readers for coming so often.
So we saw a bubble years ago in the tech stocks. Now we see Facebook, the IPO was not really successful. We saw new earnings of Facebook, not so bad.
No, the earnings were very good. I think the problem with the IPO was the excitement was just way too high. Everybody thought it's an IPO, I will get free money, I will press buy. And unfortunately the stock was priced too high. But now it seems like Facebook's business is turning a corner. Their revenue is starting to accelerate again, and they've now demonstrated that they can sell on mobile, which is very important. And if that continues, the stock could do well from here.
We see many big companies like Google, Yahoo struggling with the mobile side. So, but it's in the future it will be more important.
That's right. I think we're getting very close to now where most of the internet usage is going to be on mobile, and in a few years, a vast majority of it will be on mobile. So it's very important for companies to figure out how to use that. Facebook actually is very strong. They have a company called Instagram, which is very strong in mobile, and Facebook usage is high. But until now, we didn't know whether they could make money, but now they're proving that they can make money.
But I think it's a longer way. When we look to these companies, Facebook, Singer, Groupon, it's a long way, and the IPOs weren't successful.
That's right. I think that, again, there was just too much excitement. These companies were going public at a much more mature stage than a lot of companies in the 1990s. So they were already mature. They had had their growth, but investors were still expecting to get this incredible growth. We haven't had that. So prices have come down, but Facebook is a very real, powerful company. They're still making more than $1 billion of profit a year. So this is not a hallucination.
So no new bubble coming?
Absolutely not. And I think the best example of that is if you look at Apple, which is the sexiest company in the world. Everybody loves Apple, incredible products, incredible profits. The stock is trading at less than 15 times earnings. So there is excitement around Apple, but so far it's been justified by Apple's business.
This week, when we talk about Apple, we saw like an update for almost every product they have, a smaller version of the iPad. Do you think it's the right strategy, or it's like a cannibalism?
No, I think it's absolutely the right strategy, because one of the big advantages Apple has is that they are now a platform. You have a Mac, you have your iPhone, you have your iPad, they all sync to the same cloud-based apps and software and movies and so forth. So they've now launched an important product, which is the smaller iPad. Google has launched one, Amazon's launched one. They had to do that. The question is, can they charge much more for it, which they are. They're starting at a price that's much higher than the competition. If they can do that, investors are going to be very excited.
When you look into the future, what are you looking for? Any companies you have in mind?
Well, there are lots and lots of startups, but the IPO markets in the United States have changed so much that a lot of those companies are never going to go public, unfortunately. I think the markets have become too closed. Investors have become too risk-averse for a lot of companies to go public. So there are many exciting companies, but they're private, and most of them won't ever get public.
Henry Blodget, thank you so much for the interview. Und Ihnen, liebe Zuschauer, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns bald wieder hier vom Parkett der New York Stock Exchange.